Winter can be a bit of a grind. Perhaps we're about that time of year where we need a little bit of a reset. Our guest today is going to give us tips on how to do just that. Welcoming back lifestyle expert Afia Francisco to the show. Good morning, Afia. Good to see you again.
Good morning, Terry. Always so good to see you.
It really is, because you offer up some of the best tips, whether it be fashion, I love your style advice always, but some great wellness tips too, and I think that's kind of what we're going to touch on today.
Yeah, we need to lean on all the tools that come this time of year. It's, yes, fashion, love it first, but there are other things that we can do as well to amp up every day.
Excellent. All right, so let's talk about ways that we can give ourselves a little bit of a refresh and kind of inspire ourselves to get through the last bit of winter.
So this one here, not least of all, is about the ritual. So I have a non-alcoholic spirit here. It's called Seedlip Grow 42, and it is such a lovely, delightful drink, I will say, paired with tonic this time of year, maybe with warm apple cider. But the ingredients are things like Mediterranean orange and mandarins, lemongrass, ginger. Just those notes, I think, really paint a picture of what this tastes like. It's really fresh, really citrus forward. And it's a nice way to end your day, knowing that you're not going to also have to pay the price of mental fog or lack of energy because it's non-alcoholic. And so I really like this one as just a really nice thing to look forward to at the end of the day without having to compromise any of the things that you may have put in place for, quote unquote, your resolutions of the year.
I love that idea. The ritual of a cocktail I've always enjoyed, but I ditched booze years back, right? And you mentioned pairing it with like a nice tonic, which was always, my favorite. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out. Looking forward to that for sure. All right,
you're going to love it.
Some other tips as well.
So similarly, like as we were talking about, love the fashion, of course. So yes. I'm just going to say this is an easy one because I think we can look into our own wardrobes for this. Many of us have things that we're just not grabbing for whatever reason. So I'm going to say right now, reach out for the color that you haven't worn for a little while, or a material that just feels really great against the skin. Just that joy of getting dressed. Simple things like a sweater that you really love, but for whatever reason haven't been wearing, or like I said, a color that might be outside your comfort zone. It's just that little boost to the day. That's a small thing, but it does add a little skip to your step.
Absolutely. It kind of tricks that brain and you're like, ooh, this is fresh again. So lovely idea there. What other tips are you sharing with us this morning?
Got to talk about skin. So I've brought in a Canadian brand, Sugar Moon Salon, alongside Baudet Spa. And these products are Canadian, they're certified organic, and with names like Protect and Revive, I think that really allows you to understand what's happening here for skincare. It's beautiful balms that just hydrate really well and eliminate those kind of like, at this point, skin is getting so dry, you're like snaggling on your sweaters and things like that. So we're going to eliminate that with these great Canadian brands. So I suggest you look them up online. That's Sugar Moon Salon.
Okay, I feel like attacked with that. I am 100% scaly and stuck to my sweaters. All right, before we run out of time, you've got one more thing to share.
The last thing is a happy light. So this is one that you can find online easily just by Googling it. And because if the daytime sunlight is not cooperating, I suggest that first, wake up to the morning, look outside, just get that sun on your face. But if that's not happening, a great happy light, just as it sounds, as you're working, put it to the side. It emulates the impact of sun without the UV rays, and you get that great vitamin D feeling and a little bit of a boost. Put on a little Bad Bunny, and you might actually feel like you're had a little tropical getaway.
What a brilliant idea. Literally, I love a happy light. So yes, welcoming a little sunshine, even on the days that it's not shining for us. Well, Afia, you're always a little bit of sunshine for us, so thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, my dear. Nice to see you, Terry. Thanks for having me.